Yeah, headliners. There's a lot of you don't know about the fantasy headliners. Nation. Headliner Nation. Fantasy headliners for the nation. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner.
Yo. Analytics off the chain, all the channels not the same. Jake and Kyle, you know the name. Headliner Nation, we running the game. Y'all stuck on third down. Your content's plain Jane. Headliners on top now. We gonna move and change. Podcast off the rip. Draft guide, so legit. Fantasy world, our game tight. You know we about that Chubb life. Stuck in a rut and you need some motivation. Head to the channel for this Headliner Nation.
I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner.
What is going on, Headliner Nation? It's a Sunday morning, and I ain't been here in a Sunday morning in a minute, right? I mean, we just ended last night's stream. It feels like 2 or 3 hours ago, right? We were out late last night. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the Toy Story game. I'll be honest. I mean, listen, I got kids, right? My kids aren't super young. Youngest is 12 right now, but I couldn't get on board with the Toy Story game. I mean, it's cool and all. Like, the way they did it was cool. I couldn't handle it, right? I want to watch real football, and I ain't going to go pay for ESPN Plus 2. I already had Disney Plus. I'm not going to go pay for ESPN Plus. I'll just follow the box scores and everything on my phone, right? Because, yeah. What about you guys, though? Did you guys like the Toy Story game going on right now? You guys like the animation side of it? Between that and Booger, I just couldn't do it. Oh, Luis, you need 14 yards from Ingram for $100. Well, we're going to be all rooting right here for you, Luis. Right now, Bijan racking up all the yards for Atlanta. Christian Kirk racking up all the targets there in Jacksonville. The defense playing good in Jacksonville. Or is the defense really good, or is Desmond Ridder really that bad, right? We do have some news here this morning, now that we know that Deshaun Watson will be out, and of course he will be, because they said he was going to play, so I put in some underdog pick'ems in my mindset, thinking that he's not going to be able to finish this game. And now he's going to be ruled out. So no Deshaun Watson, no Jimmy G. We're going to see Aiden O'Connell in Las Vegas. Don't think I hate that. All of a sudden, Derek Carr said, you know what? Piss on my shoulder injury. I'm just going to go ahead and play anyway. So now Derek Carr is going to start the game as well. Phantom out there playing London, Kirk, and Pitts. Well, at least Pitts, I don't think Pitts has done it. Pitts ain't done nothing since college. So I think you're good there. But London found himself in the end zone. I wish they could get Drake London going. I just can't trust Desmond Ridder. He just ain't it, right? He's just not going to be the future there. JD, appreciate you. Glad it's working out so far. I mean, he hasn't racked up huge numbers, but man, dude had like 10 targets in the first half, which is great. Craig David, welcome as becoming a member of Holding Chubb, new member here this morning. Man, it's weird to be on here. I couldn't do the lights this morning. I think we stared at the lights in my studio for so many hours last night. I woke up with my head pounding, so I'm like, I ain't staring at lights. So I got the window open today. I'm enjoying some nice sunshine this morning. I don't know if I want to say he's booty, Briz, but he ain't ready right now. Like, that dude should have had an opportunity to sit for a couple years and then maybe develop. Right now, he's just not it. Plus, that offense as a whole just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? But whatever. It is what it is. Kyle on his way to a baseball game right now. Jake not on his way to a baseball game right now. Thielen or Judy? Daniel, honestly, I love Adam Thielen. I talked about Adam Thielen a lot this offseason. The problem is Bryce Young ain't playing very well, right? So with Bryce Young not playing very well, that really limits the upside of Adam Thielen. We kind of saw what he was capable of with Andy Dalton last week, but with no Andy Dalton this week, and it's going to be Bryce Young again, I probably lean towards Judy in a better matchup. Christian Ocampo? I thought it was Campos. Did you change your name, Christian, or is this someone else? Is there another Christian with a similar name? I doubt it, though. You've been a member for 21 months. Morning, ladies and gents. Great to see you on here on a Sunday, Jake. I appreciate that. Need to start 2 wide receivers more. Tutu, Palmer, Nico, or Thomas. So it's DJ Moore, I'm guessing. Tutu, Palmer, Nico, or Michael Thomas. Need to start 2 of them. I'm probably going to gamble and go with DJ Moore and then take the safer floor of Nico between both of those. Appreciate you out there, Luis. Charles T. becoming a member as well of Full Chub. Charles got himself a full handful of Chub here this morning. Appreciate that. There's Christian Campos. He's there too. All right, well, it is a different person. I thought I was being tricked here, Christian. I'm like, wait a second. I've seen Christian Campos here for multiple years now. I thought you changed your name. What a coincidence. Andre Mello, half PPR, pick one out of Myers, Collins, or DJ Moore. I mean, typically this would be Jacoby Myers, for sure. The problem is, how much do we trust Aiden O'Connell? Full disclosure, I really like Aiden O'Connell as a quarterback prospect in the NFL. I love what he brings to the table, more so than Jimmy G. But in his first ever NFL start, I don't know. It's going to be a risk. If you're willing to take a risk, I'm going to go with Jacoby Myers. If you'd rather play it slightly, I know this is crazy to say, safer, DJ Moore in a good matchup. See, that's crazy. What are the chances of that happening? 2 Christian Ocampo and Christian Campos. David, becoming a member of Holden Chubb, welcome. Garrett out there just telling everybody good luck, right? Garrett's just being a nice guy. He's a part of the community that just says, you know what? I want to tell everybody good luck. Probably also because none of us are in his league. If we were in his league, he'd probably be telling us to suck it or something right now. But, I mean, he's being a nice guy this morning. We appreciate that. Papa J, pick one out of Javonte, Addison, or Roshan. It's a full PPR. Addison maybe has the safest floor. But honestly, if it's me, I'm kind of hoping for some type of garbage touchdown from Javonte Williams. How do you feel about playing a Chan or however he wants to say his name this year, and Mostart? They're saying he's going to get more touches. I'm for sure he's going to get more touches, right? I mean, he basically earned that last week, but they also drafted that kid for a role like that. Like, that wasn't some random dude that they just happened to pick up and let's see what happens. Like, they drafted him for that reason. Now, do I want to play both of them? That's a huge risk, right? Because if that Buffalo defense can limit that offense at all of a sudden, that's a lot of eggs in one basket, right? So I would prefer not to. I've always tried to live by the rule. I don't mind stacks, but I don't want to start 2 players from the same team at the same position. Nico Van Hemert gifting a membership out there to Dan Steele. Make sure you show the appreciation there, Dan. Nico, thank you very much for that. Yeah, see, Garrett even come out and admitted it. And he's like, I'm a mad trash talker to my league. So we all knew. I knew it, Garrett. I could just tell. That's probably how you would have handled it. Would I trade Stevenson for Davis and Cup? Who is H. Davis? Is it supposed to be Gabe Davis? The H and the G are right next to each other. I'm thinking that's supposed to be Gabe Davis. So Stevenson and Gabe Davis for Cup. If you have like at least 3 other solid running backs on your roster, then I don't hate it, right? But I don't want to get rid of running back depth rest of season for a guy who we hope is going to come back and return very soon and be what he was before. This whole hamstring injury with Cooper Kupp is really weird. Like, it's not like it's just some normal hamstring strain. We didn't see hardly anything. And now it's been, 7-8 weeks since the news originally came out. So it's just a lot of unknown there with Cooper Kupp. It's a big risk. You'd have to have some running back depth. Derek Preston, need a flex, PPR, Stevenson, Kamara, Pickens, or Elijah Moore. If you'd rather play it the safest in a PPR, safest is probably going to be Kamara. if you wanted to gamble for a higher upside, it would probably be George Pickens in hopes that Aiden O'Connell wants to air it out. He's got a big arm, so Aiden O'Connell can get the ball down the field. Hopefully they can utilize George Pickens in that way. Rob Castle, do I play Gainwell or Dameon Pierce right now? You're starting Pierce. That's where I would go to. At least we're going to chase volume there, right? We're not going to get a whole lot of touches with Gainwell each week, especially with Swift playing well. Give me Dameon Pierce, and let's hope for some added volume and something we can actually get in return from him. Is Kyle's pooter still down? The last thing I ever do on a Sunday morning is ask Kyle about his pooter. I'm not interested, really, on a Sunday morning. I mean, I text Kyle this morning. I talked to Kyle this morning. I talk to Kyle every day, though. So he's in Detroit right now, on his way to the Tigers game to see Miguel Cabrera's last game as a baseball player before he retires. Let's see what else we got. Who would I start in the flex, Dell or Myers in a full PPR? Same type of thing I said before. I love Myers. Myers was going to be my option more times than not, but being that there is that unknown with Aiden O'Connell, I think Tank Dell is a solid replacement that's safer. So I think Dell is safer if you want to gamble a little bit more. Myers could see great opportunities around the red zone. Luke Larson becoming a member for the 13th month. DJ Moore, Jacoby Myers in the flex. A lot of Jacoby Myers questions already this morning, and I get it because I love him too. If we see something great from Aiden O'Connell today, all of a sudden I'll have my warm fuzzy that it doesn't matter who plays quarterback rest of the season. Jacoby Myers is probably locked in a flex spot. There's just a lot of unknown right now, right? So if you'd rather play it safer, probably DJ Moore. If you're willing to gamble, it becomes Jacoby Myers. Yep, we mentioned earlier Deshaun Watson is out. You get to see some DTR today, which is good. Like that young kid. Do I love it for Amari Cooper? Probably not as much as I love it with a healthy Deshaun Watson, right? There's going to be a different overall game plan for the most part. I mean, this kid is coming in late in the week knowing that he's going to be the starter. I mean, they thought up until a couple hours ago that Deshaun Watson was going to play, at least start, and that didn't happen. So things are changing there pretty quickly for Cleveland. In somewhat of a difficult matchup, right? That's no cakewalk for them going up against Baltimore. Kevin, Daniel Jones or Richardson in a full PPR. I don't think either one of them are going to be catching passes, so I'm not too worried about their points per reception. However, right now in the rankings, I do have Anthony Richardson a little bit higher, and here's the reason. Daniel Jones scores you 3 or 30. Like, there's no, hey, he's going to go out and get you a solid 18 a week. No. His floor is like 3, and he's done that 2 times already this year, and that's a problem for me. So with Anthony Richards rushing upside and the fact that he's shown us he can push the ball down the field through the air, I'm going to go with Anthony Richardson a little bit higher. Hey, Jake, when are we doing the Vegas thing that didn't happen because of... Yeah, we were supposed to go there for the draft, right? And then we had everything booked, and then that didn't happen. I don't know, the Super Bowl's in Vegas this year. I doubt they're listening right now, but there are a few sponsors out there that I'm hoping want to invite us to the Super Bowl. Not saying, just saying. So maybe we will be there. Gary, D-Hop, Judy, or Pacheco in a full PPR. Safest option is probably going to be Jerry Judy going up against the Bears, right? In a full PPR, he's probably the safest option. If you wanted to gamble a little bit more, you could go with DeAndre Hopkins in hoping that they are trailing against Cincinnati and they have to continue to throw the ball. Just a little bit more risk. Safest option is probably Judy. James, I don't know how to say your last name, bro. James Dupignac. James D, becoming a member of Holden Chubb. How we doing out there, James? Ishmael Mendoza, been a member for 9 months. Flex spot, Pittman or Ramondre Stevenson in a standard league. In a standard league, I'm probably leaning towards Pittman because we were looking for that touchdown upside. News has already come out that Zeke Elliott is going to be getting more reps this week, starter type reps. But honestly, I don't hate that from an overall perspective because Ramondre Stevenson shouldn't be a guy that we're going to run into the ground. I don't want Ramondre Stevenson running up the middle all the time. What made him really successful last year is when Damian Harris was on the field too, taking away some of that quote-unquote grunt work, right? Now, that's going to suck with the goal line and stuff like that. Plus, Zeke's going up against his former team. They're going to want to, use him a little bit more. I get all that. I'm not overly worried just yet. I mean, I think they were all going to see touches anyway. I mean, a lot of people get caught up, and this isn't meant to go on a tangent here. RedTube, I appreciate that. I'll get to your question here in just a second too. But a little bit of a tangent. A lot of people are caught up with the, Trevor Lawrence just made a big play. Who'd he throw it to? Evan Ingram. 19 yards. Somebody needed 19 yards from Ingram. He just got it. I don't remember who it was, but you just got it. Anyway, my tangent. A lot of people are hung up on who's the RB1 or the RB2, like with Mostert and Achane. A lot of people are like, well, how do you know this person's going to be the starter? It doesn't matter in the NFL who's going to be the RB1 or the RB2. Look at last year. Tony Pollard was the RB2 and finished top 10 at the position pretty much. So we kind of get a little bit caught up in that who's the one and the two. It's all about production, and I'm not overly worried about it. Both those guys were going to get touches anyway. RedTube said Tank Dell, Achane, or Chris Godwin in a full PPR. If you want to play it safest, it's going to be Tank Dell in a full PPR. If you just want to take your out and just flop it on the table and just like go for the home run, that's Devin Achane. Achane. I can't figure out the dude's name. You know what I mean. Yes, Luis, you got it. Luis just won $100 off that catch from Evan Ingram. That's awesome. As soon as I saw it pop in, I was like, wait a second. Somebody's going to be happy. Also, Luis is buying us all biscuits for breakfast. He just texted me and told me that. Thanks, Luis. Is it Luis or Lewis? It may be Lewis. Lewis? I'm thinking it's Lewis now that I read it again. Either way, I'm proud of you. Way to kick off the day right. Alex Rice, becoming a member for the 29th month. Alex been around for a minute. Says, yo, Jake, who should I play in my Superflex spot? 10-man full PPR. You got Derek Carr, Tyler Lockett, Miles Sanders, DJ Moore, or Nico Collins. I get that it is a huge risk with Derek Carr's injury, but in a Superflex spot, I gotta go with Derek Carr. It just takes a couple short dump-offs to either Kamara or Olave that can make a big play happen. I gotta get the guy in my lineup that's gonna touch the ball the most. Hard to replicate a quarterback's production. It's a gamble, but I'm still going with Derek Carr. Appreciate you, Papa J. Darian Vasquez, you guys told me to play Kirk yesterday of all my receivers, and so far, it's paying off. That's what I'm talking about. What's Kirk up to? I don't even know here. Let's see. Christian Kirk right now up to 11.7. He's got 11 targets, 7 receptions, 82 yards. Calvin Ridley, only 2 targets. He's caught them both. One of them for a touchdown for also 11 points. Need 19 more yards from Ridley. 19 is a lucky number. How much time we got left in this game? It's 12 minutes left in the fourth. And it's a close enough game where they're still throwing it. We're rooting for you, Ben, for sure. Dell or Ayuk in the flex? David, that one is a tough one. I feel like, obviously, I like both of them. And when I like both players like that, let me shoot for the guy that I feel has the highest upside. And with Debo still hurting, give me Brandon Ayuk going up against Arizona. Let's see if we can get some touchdowns from him here today. What are we doing with Amari Cooper today? Mason, if you're having to start him, we're praying, right? Because I obviously love Amari Cooper way more with Deshaun Watson than I do with DTR. I like DTR. I really do. But the ceiling has to be dropped down for Cooper. When you're going to drop the ceiling, you're going to have to drop the floor as well. So that's a problem. I'm a little bit worried about Amari Cooper. Now for Derek, he's got to go between Thielen or Cooper. I mean, Thielen's got his own set of issues with his quarterback play, right? I mean, Bryce Young just can't get anything going on offense, but that matchup is so great going up against Minnesota. It's a revenge game for Thielen. I mean, Thielen may have the safer floor today, but if it's my team, I'm probably still gambling and going Cooper unless you already have a ton of risk. Derek, if you look at your lineup and you're like, man, I like my overall lineup, this is the one spot I don't know, then maybe you can afford to take that risk with Thielen. But if you're looking at your lineup and you're like, dude, I need a damn miracle up in here, then all of a sudden maybe we try to play it a little bit safer. Jose, starting Joe Burrow or Purdy? I mean, this should be Joe Burrow 100% of the time. But even though reports are coming out that he's getting healthier, Like, do we want to risk it again? It's a great matchup going up against Tennessee. Brock Purdy against Arizona at home, I feel is a lot safer than Joe Burrow right now. And with the way that Joe Burrow has burned us the first couple weeks of the season, I would prefer to have him on my bench until he's healthy. If that means he goes off today and he's running around, he scores 25 points on my bench, then so be it. At least I know going forward I can trust it. I would rather do that instead of continuing to take L's in my lineup because my quarterback is scoring sub-double digits. Big Mac or Whopper, Luis? I'm more of a Whopper guy. I'm not a big McDonald's guy. Except for the sweet tea. I'll live off some damn sweet tea. Then again, I live down in the South, and everywhere has sweet tea, so it's not like it's head and shoulders above anything else. When I lived in Arizona, and the only two places that had sweet tea were Cracker Barrel and McDonald's, different story. Phantom, is Kamara and Downs for Saquon over Payne? No, it's not over Payne. It's just a little bit of a risk because we don't know about Saquon's availability as of right now. We know he's getting close, but what is close? When he comes back, how limited is he? Now, on the other side of that, you haven't been reliant on Kamara for a few weeks. So as long as you probably have other solid starters, then I don't mind taking that risk. What's up, Most Dope? I see you out there. Chuba or Roschon for your bench? I mean, if we're looking like this week, immediate future, Chuba. Rest of season, though, I'm going with Roschon. I know that Khalil Herbert's still there and he's looking decent, but Roschon Johnson looks really good whenever he touches the football. He just needs more touches. At some point, the Bears' season's basically going to be over, and they can just start giving the ball to Roschon even more. What's Trevor Lawrence up to? Almost 16 fantasy points? All right, that's better. That's better. You have K9 and Spears? That's all you have? That's risky because, I mean, Tajay Spears is not someone that you want to rely on starting or can count on every week. That's a little bit scary right there, Phantom. Did you answer my question already, Carmen? I don't know. I didn't see your name. Let me see. Oh, nope. It's right here. It's the next one up. Jameis Winston or Mac Jones? Well, Jameis isn't starting. They're going to start Derek Carr. So Jameis is not somebody we can start today. So it's going to have to be Mac Jones. Why is Amon-Ra hashtag Doomtar? Okay, in a live stream, I don't remember if it was a Sunday or a Saturday night live stream, somebody's phone auto-corrected. And I think they were putting in Amon-Ra, and somehow their phone auto-corrected to Doomtar. And they sent a super chat, and it said Doomtar, and me and Kyle were, like, completely lost. So, ever since then, hashtag Doomtar has stuck. Let's see here. It was a Saturday Night Live. Terry Hudak Terry in this chat. Anthony walked away. Don't know if you answered or you said to trade Debo. Where would you go for? Man, those trade questions, just like me and Kyle always say, they're impossible for us to know because we don't know your depth. We don't know the depth of other teams. The only thing that I would say is try to find a team in your league that needs a wide receiver. Figure out what's going on, on that team. What do they need? And just see if you can really offer them something they need for something that they have extra of in return. Kevin T, welcome to the membership club here of Holden Chubb. Are we getting duped again or rolling Kelly out? Listen, I said last night on the stream, I'm done with Kelly. Like, Joshua Kelly basically may not even play football again. I don't care if he goes off and scores 50 today. I'm not starting the dude anymore. He's had plenty of opportunities. He hasn't done anything. Oh, wow. Charcharadon Charkarius. Welcome to Holden Chubb. And if I nailed that name, if I nailed that name right the first time, it's going to be a good damn day. Travis Knott. Been a member for 15 months. Start Mostert or Kamara in a full PPR. Obviously, in a full PPR, it's a little bit closer. But with the way that Mostert's been playing and that overall offense has been playing in Miami, even though the matchup is a little bit more difficult going up against Buffalo, I don't think I can sit him right now. I just don't think I can. He's had back-to-back weeks inside the top 3. Needs some help for Myro, Jacoby, D-Hop, Sutton, or Jacoby again. Myro, I feel like you really want to go Jacoby because you said his name twice. I feel like that's a sign right there. I think Jacoby is probably the quote-unquote safer option. If you want to gamble for a higher upside, it would be Cortland Sutton going up against the Bears. Sapper, Miles Sanders is healthy. Do we still trust him, though? Let's just put it this way. He's quote-unquote healthy. In other words, he's playing, but he's not 100% healthy. Do we trust him? I mean, it's not a bad matchup for him, right? So, I mean, I honestly, depending on the other options, which I don't remember off the top of my head, he's not a bad option. He's just not somebody that I'm overly excited about this week, being that he didn't practice all week long. Charcharadon Charcarius, appreciate your sticker there and the donation. I was looking, I don't know if I saw you say anything afterwards, if I said it right. I don't know. I really pride myself on trying to pronounce things a lot better than Kyle, which I know isn't hard to do, but, you know, I try. Appreciate you, Garrett. Garrett Peters, yeah, appreciate your donation. Jacoby or Godwin for James? Normally it's Jacoby, right? We don't know about Aiden O'Connell and where he's going to really be looking very much, but he's probably slightly safer than Godwin. If you wanted to gamble, then you gamble with Godwin and hope for a touchdown. Juan, you noticed that I like to try to pronounce things better than Kyle? I try to do everything better than Kyle, if I'm being completely honest. But he always tries to do everything better than me. Jose Hernandez. Good morning, Jake. I'm really worried about Garrett Wilson and Zay Flowers. Who would you start? Jose, do we have any other options? Because I don't want to start either of them. Garrett Wilson is dependent on a defender falling over, basically. And Zay Flowers has to worry about the Cleveland defense. If I had to choose one, I'll chase the volume and just hope and go with Zay Flowers and just keep my fingers crossed. Had a 33-yard gain by a tight end in Atlanta. Was it Kyle Pitts? Hell no, it wasn't Kyle Pitts. It was Jonnu Smith. Cam Akers officially active for Minnesota today. We just did that one. Godwin Thielen. Yeah, for the Godwin Thielen one, I mean, it really depends on your roster. If you can afford to take a risk, then you go Thielen. If you really can't, then you go Godwin. Fingers crossed, that's for sure. Cross everything this morning, Jose. Anybody else have a headache this morning? Those lights did a number on my eyes. It's like I can still almost see the glow of where the lights are at. I also sit in this desk recording and editing a ridiculous amount of hours throughout the week. We actually figured it out. I don't know if you care about this or not, but I'm telling you anyway. Because y'all members, y'all family around in here. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays, for the last 2 weeks, my wife has kept track of it. And just between those 2 days, I've sat here for 31 hours between 2 days. So almost 16 hours a day on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. That's a lot of damn sitting. A lot of damn sitting. Favorite food for Sunday football? I'm a wing guy, Greg, so I'll have wings any day of the week. If I had to go another direction, though, I like some barbecue, some pulled pork. I mean, dude, look at me. I mean, I just like food. As long as it's not seafood. I don't eat any seafood at all. None. Nothing. I don't care if a cow fell in a lake and drowned. I won't eat it. Like, it's just, I can't do seafood. I've never had Pluckers. Is that an actual place? Never even heard of it, actually. Tex-Mex, I mean, I'm down. If it's good food, I'm probably going to eat it. Usually Sundays, because I don't do this normally on Sundays, and it's Kyle, we go to church, and then after church, we usually pick up Chinese food on the way home. There's a great Chinese food place here in our town that we go to a lot, so I end up having Chinese. That's not really like a game day food, but it's just something we always eat on Sundays. So, oh damn, you guys are just trying to kill me here with these names. Brenton Bouchillon. I know it's not Bouchillon, even though Bouchillon would be great. Brenton, can I call you Bouchillon from now on? Charcharadon says, who should I start at the flex, Flowers or Dell? Personally, if it's me, I'm feeling a lot better about Tank Dell this week. I don't want anything to do with that Cleveland defense if I don't have to. Look at JD out there telling Ray he hoped he had a great workout. That's what I'm talking about. Loving on each other. Sunday is sauce day? Sunday is sauce day macaroni? What is that? What is sauce day macaroni? Should you play Debo or play it safe with Tutu? I probably feel a little bit safer right now with Tutu, just because Debo is still hurting. Potato skins. I'll eat me with some potato skins. Pick me. My name is easy to say. Joseph. I think I nailed it. I'm pretty sure I nailed it, Joseph. Let me know if I messed it up, though. If I messed up that one, I may just take the rest of the day off. What up, Warhorse? Ray's workout was good, in case anybody was wondering. Suey Sunday. What is Suey Sunday? What up, CR? Watson is out. All he needs is a massage and he'll be good to go. I could use a massage. Ribs? Yes. How we feeling about Breida? I'm kind of feeling like I wish I had a better option. I just hate it being week 4 and be reliant on somebody like a Matt Breida on a Monday night football game. Just something about that worries me. I don't love it. Trade Jeff Wilson for Breece Hall. I don't mind doing that, Joseph. Jeff Wilson, sure, he's probably going to get touches at some point, but Mostert and Achane are, how do I say his name? Should I just say Achane? Achane. I don't really. Every time I'm going to say it, it's just going to be different. They're going to get touches the rest of the season, so I'm not overly worried about Jeff Wilson. So for sure, I don't love Breece Hall either, but if I had to hold somebody rest of season, it would be Breece. Steve Mason, welcome to Holden Chubb out there. Joseph, I knew I'd get that damn thing right. I knew it. Yes, Watson being out definitely is going to affect the ceiling of his players. I mean, obviously we can't expect the same thing from DTR that we expect from Deshaun Watson. So Amari Cooper takes a little bit of a hit. Really, outside of Amari Cooper, though, is there anyone that we were really considering? Probably not, even with Deshaun Watson. So it's really just that. Maybe Jerome Ford gets a slight bump. Ethan spelled Tyler Biotish name Body Dish. I'm not surprised. Has anyone else noticed that the Doc is about to take the lead, though, over Kyle with most mispronounced names a season? Poor Doc. Doc be struggling lately. He ain't been feeling good this week. Hopefully he's feeling better. Everybody wish the Doc well in the chat out there. Dude been laid up in bed for a couple days now. Was Chandler Jones released? Yes, he was. I believe. The last report I saw, he was. I haven't followed that story too close, but I know the dude was going through it, right? For sure. Highwayman 75, Tutu Atwell or Chan at full PPR flex. Being that both of them are kind of boom or bust players, give me the guy that's going to get more touches, and I'll go with a Chan. Drexler Singer, welcome to Holden Chubb. Callie, we got Kyron Williams or Mixon in a full PPR. I think if you want to play it safer, it's Kyron Williams just due to the volume he's going to get. And Mixon has a very difficult matchup going up against Tennessee, but they really relied on Mixon last week to take some of that pressure off of Joe Burrow. So if you want to play it safe, it's Kyron Williams. If you look at your line of him, I got to gamble a little bit, that's when it becomes Joe Mixon. Tim Menzies, been a member for 7 months. Need a flex. Need to flex 2. Okay, got it. Mike Evans, Deebo Samuel, and Mostert. Being that we really can't expect a whole lot from Deebo at this point, give me Evans and Mostert. Plus, we know they have really high upsides as well. Big route. Been a member for 11 months. Derek Carr, O'Connell, Atwell, or Palmer. Who do you play in the super flex? Oh, it's James Conner. I thought it was O'Connell for a second. So you got Derek Carr, James Conner, Tutu Atwell, or Josh Palmer. None of those guys are overly safe anyway. So I'm just going to gamble, and I'm going to go with the quarterback and go with Derek Carr. Anybody made any big plays in this game here lately? I haven't been paying attention. Somebody scored again. Didn't? Oh, it was a field goal. Never mind. Jose Camacho. Welcome to Holden Chubb. Am I smelling another TD for Gabe Davis? Right now, I think I do. I think I smell another Gabe Davis touchdown. 3 weeks straight. And I know it's not the cooking that I'm smelling because my wife isn't home, so there's nothing cooking. Phantom, I need you too. Nick Granich. What's going on, Nick? We starting Pooper with no Watson? I don't have the warm fuzzy. I would prefer somebody else if you have them. Is Cooper some must start with no Watson? No. Could he produce a decent game today? Yeah, they could absolutely lock onto him and pepper him with targets for sure, but we really don't know what to expect from DTR. So there's just a lot of risk with Amari Cooper. Somebody said that Phantom, did he really catch a pass? Or are we just saying that? Are you hoping that? Are you trying to will it into existence? Because I don't see it on here. Oh, it got pass interference. That's what's absolutely killing Calvin Ridley right now. That is now 3 plays. I'm not watching, so I don't know. But if he was pass interfered with on a deep ball, that's now the 3rd time he's had a huge pass interference call that's taken away an opportunity at big points. See? And that's where we talked about all week long. Just the bad luck for Calvin Ridley. I'm not hopping off the bandwagon. I still love Calvin Ridley. He's now had 3 huge passes, pass interfered with. He's had multiple touchdowns called back. His 2 feet weren't in bounds. Like, it is definitely bad luck right there for Calvin Ridley. At least he still found the end zone today, right? So at least he's in double digits. That doesn't hurt us. We got 4 minutes left. Jacksonville with a 2-score lead. Kevin Pern. Miles Sanders is active. Play him or Damian Pierce in a half PPR. Not loving either one of them. Loving either one of them. Let me look here real quick. Miles Sanders, Damian Pierce. Got Damian Pierce just a couple spots higher. Couple spots higher for Damian Pierce. You will feel better when Jay gets you a sign. Listen, don't let the doc convince you that he needs things, okay? Where's he even going to put a sign? He doesn't have any real estate on the wall behind him to hang a sign. Don't let him mind wash you, okay? He's very good. He's a very good salesman. Lamar or Fields, and then flex Stevenson or a Chan, Ed Miller. If it's me, it's my team, I'm going to gamble a little bit and go with Lamar. And then at my flex play, I'm going to go with Devin Achane. For sure. It's a risk, but most of them are risks. So if that's the case, I'm going to shoot for the ceiling. What's up, Ambiguity? I see you out there. Who looking a little fast? I missed it. Me and the Doc are goons? Man, he's the younger brother I never wanted, right? That's basically how I say it. Me and the Doc get along great. Tank Dell or Nico Collins, which one is safer? Probably Tank Dell just because he's seen more volume right now. Only way you can score points is by touching the football. The only way wide receivers can touch the football is targets. Give me the larger target share. Go ahead and start the stream. You're here, Buck. Good. I mean, how long have I don't even know how long I've been going for. 41 minutes. Does that sound about right? I'm going to try to get out of here at like 12:45 today. I haven't even looked at my lineups all week long. I couldn't tell you who I'm starting on what team. I may already be screwed because there's been 2 games played. I don't even know. I haven't looked at my lineups. I haven't set anything. I haven't had a damn chance to do it yet. So if I can get out here like 12:45 and I can try to make something happen last minute. Brenton, did you ever answer? I didn't see it in the chat if you did. Can I call you Boochillin from now on, Brenton? Pick any 2. Waddle, Pittman, Kamara, Mostert in a full PPR. So any 2 of them. Waddle will be one of them. I'm never sitting a healthy Jalen Waddle. I'm just not doing it. If you'd rather play it a little safer in a full PPR, you go you go Michael Pittman. If you want to gamble a little bit more, you go Kamara. I don't know if I want to go with both Mostert and Waddle in case the Buffalo Bill defense really locks things down. It could really hurt your overall team. Pick 2 in a PPR for Jesse Camacho between Addison, Kamara, and Palmer. In a PPR, I feel like we've been burned by Los Angeles players enough. Right, with Josh Kelly really throwing the rope-a-dope here early in the season, give me Addison and Kamara in a full PPR. Oh, you got T-Law out there running like Cam Newton. As long as he doesn't get hurt, damn it. Finally starting to score some fantasy points. We don't need him hurt now. Hopkins or Collins in a standard league, GC? In a standard league, I'll go with Collins. There's more touchdown upside in the Houston offense than there is right now in the Tennessee passing offense. T. Newton. Brent says he can't gamble already. We played with Aaron Jones. I say it Bush Lawn down here in Texas. Okay. I'll try to remember Brenton Bush Lawn. Now, if it was Bush Long, I would throw you the promo code for Manscaped. But you probably already have it. Your Ridley stock is looking horrible right now. I mean, the guy's got double-digit points. I think the problem is a lot of people expect 20 points a week. And, I mean, that's not always going to happen. Look at what just happened. I mean, the guy had a chance at like an 80-yard touchdown. Pass interference. That's just things that you can't control. I mean, that's just not something where I'd look at that and say, oh, the player's underperforming. It's just been bad luck to start the year. It really has. Strawberry Newtons are delicious. I don't know if I've ever had those. I know you're talking about Fig Newtons, but I don't think I ever have. Buck Chark or Achan in the flex. With Bryce Young under center, I just can't trust the passing offense as much as I could with Andy Dalton last week, so give me Achan in the flex. Is Kyle Pitts droppable? I don't even know if Kyle Pitts was draftable. Ricky. At this point, though, I mean, I have no reason to hold on to him, really. You know what I mean? And you say 2 targets is bad, but he's had more targets than that because they don't count when it's pass interference or penalties. So that has to be taken into account, too. And we want huge target shares, but we want guys with huge touchdown upside and big play potential as well. Trade T-Law for Fields. Probably not. I'm keeping Trevor Lawrence. The offense is horrific in Chicago. I am convinced that they're doing something intentional because this offense is completely different than last year. They're trying to do something that doesn't fit the skill set of the players they have. Now, even today, Chase Claypool, he's inactive. I mean, it's just a weird situation in Chicago. But it's weird because if they didn't trust and believe in Justin Fields, they just had the number 1 overall pick last year and got rid of it. So if you didn't believe in Fields, you should have taken the other guy then, but they didn't. Weird. Tank Dell over Alvin Kamara in standard scoring. Gabriel. Man, I mean, they're both going to be similar in standard scoring because they're kind of PPR guys. We've seen Alvin Kamara get like 5 touchdowns in a game, right? So, honestly, I'm probably leaning towards Alvin Kamara. I do. I hope the Denver-Chicago game is good as well, Brennan. Playing ahead to week. Drop Elliott for Derek Carr. They play Houston. Drop Elliott for Derek Carr. Probably not, because Houston plays quarterbacks pretty difficult. A lot easier to run on Houston than it is to throw on them. So I'm probably holding Zeke right now. Juice Vino, welcome to Holden Chubb. 11 new members today. 11 new members, welcome. Welcome in. Which noon game am I watching? I won't watch an individual game. I'll have Red Zone on. I'll be going back and forth. It's really hard for me to enjoy football all day long on Sunday, because as soon as we get a call wrong, my phone starts blowing up because YouTube comments will come in with everybody telling me what I got wrong. They'll never say what you got right. So it's always hard because obviously we want to do the best we possibly can. But man, you get a call wrong and it blows up your phone. Blessing and a curse, I guess. Full PPR, Flex 1, MAK has an SOS signal out. Pittman, Higgins, or Dell. That is a tough one in a full PPR. If it's me, you want to play it safer, it's Tank Dell. If you just want to gamble and just hope for a big game, then you go T. Higgins and just cross your fingers. Yeah, Brendan, but unfortunately, every single week, it doesn't matter what we do. People will come back, and Thursday games are the worst. Thursday games are horrible. That's right, Nick. That's exactly how it is. Tricks, it's difficult, right? Because, I mean, obviously, I would hope by now anybody, especially here, the members that are watching, know me and Kyle enough by now that we try so damn hard to get as many possible as we can. But when we don't, it is bad. I know, Kenny. I try, damn it. I try. I really do. Buck, enjoy the grilling. Cook us up something good. Appreciate that, TC. Brendan, Anna's not here to moderate this morning, so it's okay. Jonnu Smith is 6 for 6 for 95 yards. Sorry, Pitts owners. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't. I'm not a Kyle Pitts guy, really, anyway. But, yeah, there's just no way I can trust him. Let's see here. So here's a great example, right? So now we get a comment on YouTube that I don't even watch football at all, because I must not watch football at all because I say that Calvin Ridley has bad luck. Like, that's the kind of stuff we have to deal with every Sunday from people. And it's just stupid people, right? But it's just like, glad I got a notification for that. What do you see Nacua as the rest of season? What running back would you say is a good trade target for him? If you're going to trade him, you better trade him now, right? Because as soon as Cooper Kupp does come back, like, that is a problem, right? He's going to take a hit to his volume. So if you're going to trade him, you need to do it right now. So it's really going to depend, now that it's almost kickoff at 1 p.m. games, what does he do today? The better game he has today, the better player you can go after and try to fleece one of your league mates. So really need to look at it today to see what happens. Hopefully he gets a huge game and you can sell him super high. Daniel Penrod. I saw that on, I think you said something like that on Twitter or something earlier. I saw before I went live. From now on, can you please just tell us what defense you're dropping so we all know which one to pick up and play? Julian Ulrich, welcome to Holden Chubb. Ben R. says he's asked this question quite a few times. Like I haven't been talking the whole time, Ben. Herbert, Sky Moore, or pick up Breida as a Barkley owner and drop Pirine. Herbert, Sky Moore, or pick up Breida. At this point, they're all boomer bust. None of them are safe, so give me the guy in the best matchup and go Herbert. Is Miles Sanders startable over Dameon Pierce? I think Dameon Pierce is probably still a safer bet due to the injury of Miles Sanders. The Sanders ceiling is going to be higher, right? I like Miles Sanders as a player more than Dameon Pierce. But with the injury, Pierce is going to be slightly safer. Oh, you're currently playing Tampa Bay this week, right? So if they don't do well, you're going to drop them. So Tampa Bay's defense next week is the one going off. You heard it here from Daniel. You dang right, Kyle. Let's see here. Raheem Mostert, Tank Dell, Michael Pittman, George Pickens in a full PPR. Pick two of them. I mean, in a full PPR, I'm leaning towards Mostert and Tank Dell. If you wanted to gamble a little bit more, it would be Mostert and Pickens if you want to gamble. Edgar Ramirez becoming a member for the 12th month. Richardson or Lamar. Pick a running back and a flex out of Stevenson, Roschon, Pacheco, Michael Thomas. This name sounds so familiar. I feel like we answered this question earlier. Maybe not. Right now, I still have Lamar slightly higher than Richardson. And for the running back and a flex, out of these two options, man, I'm having deja vu like crazy right now with these four options. Running back in a flex doesn't say if this is full PPR or not. Given that most of them are boom or bust, I'm going to shoot for the higher touchdown upside here, and I'm going to go with Ramondre Stevenson and Isaiah Pacheco, and hopefully they can find the end zone. What else we got? A lot of Anthony Richardsons or Lamar. Is it wrong to watch football on your phone at church? I don't. Yes, you probably shouldn't. If I'm going to be the mature adult answering the question, probably. Jerome Ford or Jacoby Myers in a half PPR. With no Deshaun Watson, Jerome Ford may have the safer floor because they may rely on the running game a little bit more. If you want to shoot for a higher upside, though, that would be Jacoby Myers and hoping he can find some decent volume with Aiden O'Connell. Thanks, Juan. I try my best to answer that as an adult. Yeah, Kyle Pitts has been buried. He's been buried for multiple years. Desmond Ridder with a whole 8 points today. Great job. Not like anybody started him anyway. Let's see. How about watching the Headliners live stream at church? I still got to be honest, it's probably not a good idea, Sapper. As much as I would love to have people here, I also love to see people in church on Sundays. So, which one just came in here? Randy Horsley. What's going on, Randy? Half PPR, pick 2 running backs and 1 flex out of Breida, Gus, Pierce, Ford, Wilson, and Dotson. For your 2 running backs, I'm going to go with Dameon Pierce and Jerome Ford. And then for your flex, it's such a gamble, and I don't love it whatsoever. But it's between Garrett Wilson and Jahan Dotson, and I'm just hoping for a big play. I'm just hoping. I'll take the one with a slightly better quarterback and give me Jahan Dotson, and we'll cross our fingers. Patrick Thomas, Achane, Nico Collins, or Debo at the flex. If you'd rather play it safer, it's Nico. If you'd rather gamble, it's Achane. Debo with the injury concern, not overly. I kind of have him in the middle, right? He's just a really big risk this week. Patrick Thomas, I appreciate you out there. Thank you so much. We have a half PPR Robinson Jr., which I'm guessing is Brian Robinson, Gus Edwards, Dotson, or Juju. I'll take the guy with the volume there, Alex, and go Brian Robinson. Spicy Unicorn, gifting 5 memberships out there. Be sure to show a little love in the chat there to Spicy Unicorn. And then Killer Jays becoming a member of Holding Chubb as well. Heck yeah. Love to see people paying it forward. Because people just want to hate, Phantom. They just want to hate on everything. We live in a world now where everybody expects every player to score 20 to 30 points a week. And it's just not the way that the game is anymore. And unfortunately, I feel like there's a lot of newer players that don't understand that. So they're real quick to hate on players or hate on people because they just expect everything every week. You can't be disappointed with Trevor Lawrence scoring 18 points. Like, it's just not... Yeah, do we want him to score 40? Sure we do, but there's like a handful of guys maybe a week that are going to score that at the quarterback position. 18 isn't going to kill you. Will you give Kyle a pizza party as employee of the month? No, because I'm going to give that to Taylor. Taylor wins it every month. In a standard league, Higgins or Debo today? I'm going to play it safer, go with the guy who's healthy there, Jay Cross, and go with Higgins. That's right. You can be mad at Desmond Ridder. But then again, you should have expected it from Desmond Ridder. So that's the problem. Someone just picked up Justin Watson in my Dynasty League and is starting him against me. Did I miss something? No, he's probably just desperate for a player that's going to play today, right? That's the biggest issue. But, I mean, that wide receiver group in Kansas City, they're all going to be involved every single week. Rashee Rice, Sky Moore, Justin Watson. There's a laundry list full of guys that are going to get targets in that offense, and everybody after Travis Kelce just doesn't see anything consistently. Tua or Cousins? I have Tua, I believe. I'm checking. I have Tua 1 spot higher than Cousins. I like both of them, though. Yeah. When you had 8 last week, 18 sounds so much better, right? That's right, Ricky. I had Jordan Love a little bit higher than T-Law. Did he score more than T-Law? Yes, he did, by 3 points. So, Jay Cross, doing well, my friend, doing well. We're 4 weeks in. We have 14 weeks to go. The struggle is real. The grind is real. So, but we in it. Now we fully entrenched in it. Where's Chubb? Dude probably out there sleeping with his balls in the sun, if I had to guess. He's out there probably spread eagle, getting a suntan. I haven't heard him bark lately, so that's probably why I think he's sleeping. Jared may need some Waterboy after this weekend, right? Anybody ever tried Waterboy? I don't know if you guys watched my wide receiver video this week. We talked about it's a packet that you put into up to 32 ounces of water, and it's supposed to help you not be hungover. And it actually tastes pretty freaking good. I mean, all things considered, I mean, it's great. And it has like 3 times the electrolytes of like the main competitor. So yeah, we're probably going to be trying that out. I may do one tonight and in the morning, so we feeling good. Did y'all see the shipwreck Kelly info from yesterday during the Kentucky game? No, I did not. I only watch one college game every week, and it's the Colorado game, and that's because I'm a big Deion Sanders fan. Jay Schmo gifted a membership out there. Much love, Jay Schmo, for paying it forward out there. Appreciate that. Loaded hash browns or shrimp and grits? Sean, it's loaded hash browns 100%. I won't eat seafood. No seafood. No shrimp and grits for me. Spicy. Pick one. Tyler Lockett, Breece Hall. I like how you put D.A. Train in there. I like that name. And then we have Collins and Thielen. I can only pick one of them. Woof. Only one. If you want to play it safer, you go Tyler Lockett. If you want to gamble, then you go A-Train. Matt Mason becoming a member for the 8th month. Kamara or DJ Moore in a full PPR. I have to think that Kamara is slightly safer this week. Just due to the injury to Derek Carr, they may utilize the shorter game a little bit more. So Kamara may be safer. Love the matchup for DJ Moore going up against a defense that allowed 70 points last week. So DJ Moore probably has a higher upside. Safer bet being Kamara. Appreciate you out there too, Jay Schmo. Alan Carrier becoming a member for the 10th month, says full PPR, Atwell or Sutton in the flex. Personally, Atwell is very touchdown dependent, so I'll go with the guy with more volume and a good matchup and go Cortland Sutton. What up, Peasy? Ribeye steak or dry rubbed ribs? Both. If I had to choose one, it's probably a good old ribeye, but I had to have a hard time choosing. Jared gifting a membership out there. Appreciate everybody paying it forward. We're now up to 21 new members today. If you are a new member, you got to get into Discord with us, right? Discord is probably one of the least toxic communities for fantasy football that is out there. And I'm sure all the members here would agree. We don't have anybody in there talking crap or acting a fool in our Discord. So come in there, hang out with a bunch of like-minded people. Let me tell you the steps really quick. Head into Discord, go to settings, then connections, then new, then add, or excuse me, the new, then YouTube, and then log into YouTube inside of Discord. It'll automatically add you to our server. Sapper gifting a membership as well. Much appreciated. Deron Warren, been a member for 13 months. Deshaun Watson inactive. Do I pick up Russell Wilson or DTR? Also have Roschon Johnson starting over Najee. Man, I don't hate that, right? Najee's usage is ridiculous. Why do they only give the guy the ball running up the middle and then he falls forward for 2 or 3 yards and they just continue to do it? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me. But when it comes to quarterback play, though, Russell Wilson is going to be over DTR. It's just a great matchup for him, and Russell Wilson hasn't really been playing bad, right? He hasn't been playing bad at all, so give me Russell Wilson. Frenchie appreciates that gifted membership. Phantom agrees that the Discord is good. John telling everybody to hit the like button. Any hot underdog picks, JD? I haven't even had a chance to look at them, my man. Since Kyle's live stream on Friday, it's been one thing after another, and I haven't even looked at any underdog pick'ems here. I need to. Maybe I can try to look at a couple if I can get out of here in the next 15 minutes or so. That's right, Jose. The Discord fam is legit, right? Yep, Kamar's going to be good to go today. Sean Hill, need 2 in a full PPR to Dell, Myers, Wilson, Addison. 2 of those. I'm going to go Dell and Myers in a full PPR. Second league, you need 2 out of Ford, Swift, Davis, Shaheed, and Mims. I'm probably going to gamble with the 2 running backs there. Give me Jerome Ford with no Deshaun Watson and then DeAndre Swift, who's been putting up huge numbers. Who says I don't like Michael Pittman this week? Kyle, I never said I didn't like Michael Pittman this week. It has nothing to do with, it's just that his ceiling is a lot lower. He's getting a ton of volume, but he's not scoring a ton of points. You know what I mean? So that's where he's a really safe option. But when people are looking for higher upside, I mean, when you start guys like Mostert, Tank Dell, who's seen crazy, Tank Dell's seen the same type of volume that Michael Pittman is. So that's kind of why. Dev Melee, either way, I appreciate you being a member for 28 months. Happy Sunday, Aiden O'Connell or Anthony Richardson. I'm not prepared to go that high with Aiden O'Connell just yet, so give me Anthony Richardson. Code, becoming a member for the 3rd month, says start 2 in the flex. Ayuk, Pittman, Dell, Higgins, and Mike Evans in a standard league. Standard league? That'll change things a little bit. I'm looking for the guys with the highest touchdown upside. So give me Brandon Ayuk for one of them. And this is one of those situations where I think T. Higgins is probably the next guy with the big upside and touchdowns due to the matchup going up against Tennessee, who hasn't been able to stop anybody forever. Georgia not covering the spread kept you from turning $20 into $7,300. Unreal. That sucks, Daniel. That sucks, Daniel, for sure. How do I feel about Khalil Herbert today, Ed? Khalil Herbert is like one of those guys where he doesn't suck by any means, but I don't look at him in a light of, man, this guy's going to win me a week, so I'm not ever overly excited to start him. It's a great matchup for him, though. Do they continue to give him the ball, or do they start to include Roschon Johnson more and more? That's the biggest issue. Ruben Santos says he's a new member here as well. What's going on, Ruben? You ever moving back to the desert, Jake? Sean, there ain't no chance. No chance I'm ever moving back to the desert. Not a chance. If I ever move, again, from where I'm at, the only way I'm moving is if it's to a state with no state income tax. That's it, just so I don't have to pay as much taxes. Immortal Amore, welcome to Holden Chubb. Kobe fan, hey Jake, you think I should try to trade Metcalf for Ridley? 3-0, he's 2-1. If he loses today, maybe. If he says no, I could throw in Kittle in a 12-team PPR. That may be a little bit much to throw in Kittle. Honestly, though, I don't know if you're going to gain a whole lot by losing Metcalf for Ridley. Because they're going to be, if I had to guess rest of season, fairly close. A wide receiver 2-ish on your team. So I probably don't make that trade as of right now. Is it safe to drop Tyler Algier? I don't mind dropping him as long as you're not the Bijan owner. If you're the Bijan owner, then I'm not dropping him. Yep, Texas is one of them, but that ain't going to be the one, probably. If I had to choose. What are the other ones? Does Tennessee have state income tax? I don't know if Tennessee does. I know Florida doesn't. There's a handful. I don't remember which ones are which, though. I'm not moving anytime soon. We love it where we are. Taylor954, full PPR. Would you play 3 players of the same team? I have A.J. Brown, Goddard, and Swift. Have Ferguson for tight end. In that situation, yeah, I'll triple stack that offense. It's one of the best offenses in football. They all play different positions. And tight end is like a wasteland out there. So, yeah, I don't mind that one, Taylor. Nevada doesn't have state taxes? Okay, I'm staying east. Okay, I'm staying east. Sit one out of Higgins, Davis, Madison, Ford, Cook, Pickens, and Godwin. Sit one of them. It's going to be Alexander Madison for me this week. Now that we know Cam Akers is going to be active and playing, not overly interested. They can go out there together and average 1.7 yards per carry. Be best buddies. Move to the 9.56. Where's the 9.56 at? I don't know that. Ozil, where's that at? Start Sutton or Judy. Flex one of them or Gus. I'm going with both. No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, in this situation, I actually probably do. I'm going Sutton and Judy. I'm not going to mess with Gus today. So give me Sutton and Judy. But I want to know what the 9.56 is. Come to Hawaii? I don't think I can afford to live in Hawaii. Here, you guys want to hear something funny? Somebody left a comment on a video this week, and they were promoting people hating on us because we make millions of dollars. I started laughing hysterically. I couldn't believe it. Millions of dollars. They have no idea. We are nowhere even near a million, much less millions. People's perception of what YouTube is highly exaggerated. I don't think people realize this. Behind the scenes, little nugget. YouTube keeps 30% of everything we get. So donations, membership fees, YouTube takes 30% right off the top. And then we get what we get, and then we got to pay taxes. So, I mean, it's not like I don't think people realize that. What? Okay, where the hell is the 9.56? Everybody's talking about the 9.56. They're telling me to Google it because nobody wants to damn tell me. Laredo? Texas? Is that what that is? And surrounding cities like Brownsville, Edinburgh? Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, Scales. Tell me about it. It is better than Twitch, for sure, Colby. I will say that. Taxes are more like guidelines, really. Yes, I'm in North Carolina, Kyle. That's for sure, Juan. Like, nobody thinks before they speak. Stream on both? No, not really into that. I'm not. This is what we built. This is where I'll continue. It's just not what a lot of people will. People will look at huge, like Mr. Beast and all these guys making ridiculous money. We're not on that level. Like, I'm just trying to get to 200K, subscribers, right? we ain't making millions around here. We're realists. Like, we understand what, we're kind of in a niche market. So, Isaiah Garcia, welcome to Holden Chubb. Appreciate you. Yeah, Jared, I love North Carolina. Like, we really have no intentions of moving anytime soon. Sanders or Moss? Moss probably slightly safer, Julian. Kyle's from Charlotte, so a Panthers fan. At least you should convert from Arizona to a Panthers fan. I'm not I have denounced my Arizona fanship. I can't do it anymore. I'm old. I'm stressed a lot. I can't handle more stress from the Cardinals anymore. So I'm still a free agent fan. I don't know exactly where I'm going. I love players a lot more than I love teams now by doing this. So I know, like, Miami, I love Tua and Tyreek Hill out there together. Jalen Waddle, big fan of. Love the Bengals because of Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. I haven't really picked the fandom, though. The Lions were in the running until they made a decision to draft Jahmyr Gibbs and not play the dude. So I ain't down with that type of stress levels. So, yeah. CK, welcome to Holden Chubb. Fade the Buffalo defense this week, Scales. Honestly, with the way that offense has been playing in Miami, I would be really scared. I love the Bills defense, but I'd be really scared to go up against that Miami offense. A lot of people from the Carolina area. Don't bandwagon the good teams, come be a Panthers fan. Dude, if I'm going to be a free agent fan, I might as well go big or go home, right? But like I said, I'm never going to be a guy. I never really have been. Like, people can talk crap about the Cardinals, and I don't get defensive. I don't care. Like, I've been more about individual players for a long time than I have been actual teams. Dude, that's why I got a Jaguars hat, a Bengals hat, a Falcons hat, a Chargers. Like, I got hats of all these different. I just like football and individual players. So, Jason Marinette, Jason, what's going on, Jason? Full PPR flex, Thomas with Carplane or Palmer, Moore or Flowers. I don't know if that's DJ Moore or Elijah Moore. If that is DJ Moore, I'm going DJ Moore. If that is Elijah Moore, then I'm probably going to gamble and go with Josh Palmer. Talk about stress, you're a Broncos fan, Alan. Yeah, you had to go through it last weekend, right? How do I feel about Bryce Young as a player? I think Bryce Young is going to be good, but he's not. I said this back in May. I said this when I was standing next to the stage in Kansas City on the draft night. Bryce Young needed time to learn and develop, and Carolina wasn't that spot for him. CJ Stroud would have been much better in Carolina as a day one starter. Bryce Young is just going to need some time. He's just going to need some time, and I don't know if they're going to give him much time, obviously, right? I mean, this could have been one of those opportunities for him to sit a couple weeks, get 100% healthy coming off of an ankle injury, and start Andy Dalton, who looked pretty decent last week, but instead they'll just bring Bryce Young right back. So I'm just worried that he's not being set up to succeed. The way it's looking now, may soon go to Heineke over Ritter. 100% I could see that, Ark. I wouldn't blame them whatsoever for doing that. Would I start the Bengals defense against Tennessee? I wouldn't hate it. Ayuk or Nico Collins in the flex. If it's my team, I'm personally going with Ayuk. I think he's got the higher ceiling than Nico Collins and still a fairly safe floor. I appreciate you out there, Cornell. You got a full PPR, Jaylen Warren or Roschon Johnson. In a full PPR, I'll lean towards Jaylen Warren. I really wish this kid could get more touches each week. But like I said, they just are insistent on giving Najee the ball at the middle for 2 yards at a time. But in a full PPR here, I'll go with Jaylen Warren. Jackson becoming a member for 3 months now. Happy Sunday. Full PPR, Barkley and Eckler on your bench. That really hurts. Do you play Kelly or Breece Hall in a full PPR? Son of a... I mean, at this point, you probably just gamble and go with Josh Kelly since we can see him getting more volume this week, but I don't love it. Nico, Jacoby Myers, or Pittman, which one do you start for James Freeman? Safest option, I don't know if this is full PPR or not. Safest option is probably Jacoby Myers. If you want a little bit higher upside out of these options, you go Michael Pittman. I appreciate it, Kenny. Kenny out there telling everyone good luck here this weekend. We got about, 20 minutes till kickoff. I'm going to get out of here in the next 5 to 10 minutes just so I have a couple minutes to set my lineups. I haven't even looked at my lineups. Hit the like button for me not even looking at my own lineups. Will Cam Akers ever be relevant in Minnesota? Relevant, maybe. But Cam Akers has always been, always. I'm not a Cam Akers hater. He just needs 20-plus touches to do much. And NFL teams now, very few of them commit 20-plus touches to a running back. And Cam Akers is just so volume dependent. They're a heavy pass offense there in Minnesota. He's not known for pass catching. I mean, can he? Yeah, but I don't think he's ever had, even going back through college, if I remember right, I don't think he's ever had any more than 30 receptions in a season. So he's not some solid pass-catching guy that is going to go out there and catch 70 balls all of a sudden. So he just needs huge volume. Rome, becoming a member of Holden Chubb, welcome. Jake, say it with me. Puro956. What did I just say? Did I just insult somebody? How much of a bump does Ford get with Watson out? A decent bump, right? I'm not all of a sudden expecting top 10 numbers, but definitely can see him getting an uptick in volume to take some of that pressure off of DTR. Ayuk or Dell? Dell's going to be safer. Ayuk the higher ceiling. Everett or Henry at tight end? I'm just chasing the touchdowns right now, and for some reason, it ain't Everett getting him in LA. So give me Henry there at tight end. I got to work on my Spanish. Man, I used to speak good Spanish, decent Spanish when I was in Arizona, but I've lost all ability. Blackheart 2099 becoming a member of Holden Chubb. Welcome. Dapper Isaiah says, Mahomes is my quarterback 1. Geno's my number 2. Should I grab Baker or O'Connell instead? No, probably not. Not right now. It's called Bueno. I know how to say Bueno, but it said it said Puro or something like that. Puro? Puro. I don't know. Whatever. Are me and Kyle going to dress up for the Halloween live stream? Yes, it's an ongoing tradition. We've done it for 3 or 4 years now. I got to find a costume. Gabe, nice to see you as well. I appreciate it. Should you play Addison over Michael Thomas in a full PPR in the flex and then play Cleveland or Baltimore? At this point, the Cleveland defense is probably the way of a safer floor from a defensive position. But now that we don't have Deshaun Watson playing quarterback, Baltimore's probably got that little bit of a higher ceiling if they can force some turnovers. As for Addison or Michael Thomas, right now I probably feel a little bit safer about Jordan Addison. Get rid of one. Collins, Sutton, or Godwin. Get rid of, completely, or just not start them? I don't want to drop any of them. Who would I not start this week? Man. Right now, I probably lean towards Godwin, but I don't love it. Jake O'Neill says, Big Papa Jake, full PPR, Godwin, McLaurin, or a Chan for your flex. Personally, I'm going with a Chan and hoping for the big play. DTR probably is going to have a good game, Sean. I actually love DTR. I've been talking to him about all stream about how I think he's a solid option. We just don't know where he's going to go, right? Is he going to lean on Cooper? Is he going to involve Elijah Moore a little bit more? Is he going to be a guy that just checks down and really utilizes his tight ends? There's so many other options. Last minute underdog picks, I haven't even had a chance between the live stream last night and today. I haven't looked at anything since Friday, and I don't want to give people bad information last minute because I'm rushing. AP Zibby, PPR, Higgins, Kamara, or Madison. If you want to play it safer, it's Alvin Kamara. If you want to gamble, then it becomes Higgins. Gabe Davis over Evans today. I mean, I still have Evans ranked higher, but if you really want to avoid that matchup between him and Marshawn Lattimore, I don't mind the play of Gabe Davis. David Chidwick, Yo Jake, flex and half PPR, Thielen, Madison, or Kyron Williams. Thanks for the content. Appreciate you, David. Being a member for 23 months. Give me Kyron Williams, though. Give me the volume, right? The guy's touching the ball 17 plus times a week. That's the way I'm going to go. Jerome Ford or Derrick Henry. Still going to go Derrick Henry. I know he's been somewhat of a disappointment last week, but that was a tough defensive matchup for him. Jesus M. Jesus Magallanes. Jesus, I appreciate you. Welcome to Holden Chubb for sure. DJ Moore or D-Hop in flex full PPR. I'm probably still leaning DJ Moore because at least he's healthy, right? Josh Kelly or Zeke. Honestly, Scuppy, I'm almost to the point where I'm going to say Zeke slightly because Josh Kelly just hasn't done a whole lot. Kelly has the better matchup, though. He's probably going to see more volume. We just haven't seen him do anything. So many people have given up on Josh Kelly this week, myself included, that this is probably the week he's going to score a touchdown because it just kind of makes fantasy football sense, right? I think if you want to play it a little bit safer, you go Josh Kelly. You shoot for the higher upside, it'd be Zeke. Sam B, becoming a member for the 4th month, half PPR, Pittman or Kamara. At this point, Kamara is still slightly safer, in my opinion, just due to the volume he'll see. You know what? Even the touchdown upside is probably going to lean a little bit towards Kamara as well, so I'm probably going Alvin Kamara there. Especially since Derek Carr is playing, and he's playing injured. So I can expect them to utilize Kamara a little bit more. Cornell, it's going to be Jaylen Warren for me there. Stevenson or DJ Moore. Alex, probably going to lean towards DJ Moore. Just a great matchup for him going up against a horrible defense in Denver. O'Connell or DTR in Superflex. I probably lean towards O'Connell in that matchup. Dude's going to want to throw the ball a lot. Let's see. Daniel's out there rooting for the Vikings. Palmer or Gabe Davis at the flex. I probably personally gamble and go Gabe Davis. Fields or Richardson. Richardson's slightly higher for me right now. Time to yak fillets and football. Let's go. That's right. We're getting super close. We're 10 minutes away. I'm going to answer 5 more quick questions, and then we're going to get out of here for the day so I can set my lineups right before kickoff. What do we got? We got, do I want to flex one between Devin Achan and Nico Collins? If it's me, personally, I'm going to gamble and go with Achan. Full PPR, flex, James Cook or DJ Moore. James Cook going to be a lot safer in that matchup. We have Ayuk or Dell in the flex. Give me, if you want the safety, it's Dell. Personally, if it's my team, I'm probably leaning towards Ayuk. Did I eat today? No, I haven't eaten anything today. I'm not going to count that as a question either. Flex Evans or Javonte. Javonte probably going to be slightly safer, but he's highly touchdown dependent. If you want to try to shoot for the higher ceiling, more of a gamble, that's when it becomes Evans. Javonte is going to be slightly safer, though. Josh Kelly or Miles Sanders. Please, Peter Pro says. With the injury to Miles Sanders, the risk is through the roof. So honestly, if you want to play it safer, it's Josh Kelly. If you want to gamble, then it becomes Miles Sanders. Jake, read this, but don't acknowledge it. KG, too bad. I already read it. I'm like Ron Burgundy with a teleprompter. I just read it. We have Bryce Young or DTR with Watson out. Is Amari still safe? Amari is not safe without Amari Cooper. I don't dislike Amari Cooper still, but he's just nowhere near as safe. And then if I had to start Bryce Young or DTR, Bryce Young's matchup is so much better, but he just hasn't produced. DTR in his first start, I probably lean towards Bryce Young by a hair, an absolute hair. And then 172 Gates, Jay Ford, so Jerome Ford or Nico Collins and a half PPR. The safer option is probably going to be Ford with no Watson because he's going to see more volume. Nico's going to be a little bit more bigger play dependent here today. All right, it is now 12:50 p.m. Eastern time. I have to go set all my lineups, but I want to be sure to tell all you guys good luck this week. Hopefully, we all find a lot of success. Hopefully, we all enjoy ourselves. A game that is meant to be enjoyed. Don't forget that a lot of people will lose sight of this and really take it to a point where it gets too emotional, right? Let's have fun with some fantasy football once again. Get through week 4. Look forward to talking to you guys here in week 5. Once again, right around the corner. I get to start researching another week tomorrow. So that will be a lot of fun. Once again, make sure you stay tuned. We also have a big announcement coming up in week 5. I have a new partnership that I really want to get this community involved in. It's a brand new partnership. We make $0 off of it. But I always end all my videos with make the world a better place. And I felt like now is a good time for us to step up even more and do something to make the world a better place. So that's going to be announced here this week. So be sure that you are paying attention to this week's upcoming videos. Greatly appreciate all the support, though. Once again, good luck here in week 4, Headliner Nation. We appreciate you and have a great rest of your weekend. I'll talk to you later.